Hi guys, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and this time I show you my modern loft that I've built. It is not only an apartment, it is also a one-room apartment. So I've decided to build something that you can access through the gallery as a fully furnished apartment and download it as one room. And it is pretty easy to separate the rooms since you only have to put one door into the bathroom and one into the bedroom. And at the end I deleted these two doors, so it is one room. And maybe in another video, I still don't know, I hope I will get inspired. I will build it as a house, so the surroundings and everything will come together and then it is like one big house. I still haven't figured out how this will work since I really like to just, for maybe one video, I wanted to concentrate on only the interior design here, not so much on the exterior, you would say, I guess. Yes, on the exterior. And it was pretty much fun and very interesting. I got inspired by a post I found on the internet. So this kind of apartment, well, the layout and where the rooms are, I would say, that is like an actual apartment, I guess in Prague. I don't know how you call the city. And I found it so nice and so good looking that I wanted to rebuild it here in The Sims 4. So I started off with the living room because that was the room that I wanted to, recreate here at first, because that was the one that on the photos looked so nice, and I wanted to see if this is like working in this game. And I'm pretty happy that it turned out so great, and it looks kinda a little bit like the room. If I find the link to that apartment again, I hope so. I will put that in the channel description as well, so you can check it out. I've already said that in my Q&A video that I get inspired by a lot of stuff, and most of them are my architecture books and the posts on the internet I find. There you can see me how well I performed maybe, so you can go and check it out. And leave me a comment if it looks a little bit like it. I hope so. The interior is very grayish, I would say. So this is like the base color, since I wanted it to look like a loft. And that's the reason why I used this brick wallpaper here. But I wanted it to look a little bit more like a renovated loft, so that the bricks look a little bit more modern and clean. And this is why I used the light gray ones here. And also I just like that gray fits to almost every color. So I didn't choose the normal, I guess, very common brick wallpaper or brick as texture for the walls. And I was pretty happy with that, so it could look very sleek and modern, but also I decorated it so heavily and detailed so it looks very lived in and used, which is something that I like to do in my builds, you know that, guys. And I know that some of you guys may think that it looks a little bit untidy, but I really like that it looks a little bit more used and more realistic like that. So I hope you like it too, like that. I also played a little bit with colors here. I wanted it to look a little bit more colorful as usual, since it would have been all in white and gray, and I thought it looks a little bit more interesting and just so much more fun if you use a little bit more color. I hope you like it. So the living room has these really cool bright yellow couches. I try to position them so it has like an L shape here, and it looks a little bit odd since these couches are not so good for putting them together, but I really didn't have any other option there, and I still think it looks okay-ish, I would say. It was like the best thing I could do there with the couches, since the other couches, when you use the yellow option, they also have like these brown wooden ornaments and patterns on them, and I really didn't like to go with browns here. So I only used like the gray, white and black as like the, I would say, like the base colors. and then put like these pops of colors in every room. So the living room has these really cool yellow couches, and in the bedroom I used this cool black bed with a very, I would say it's turquoise or aqua bedding. And then I went from there and used some blue frames for the pictures on the wall, and some really, really funky carpet. That are like really, really big carpets we have in game. And you usually don't have like the space to use them. So I was really, really happy that in this really big loft that is like a very, very big space, of course, I could use them. So yeah, I had to go there and I used these neon yellow, greenish, gray patterned rug. I really, really love that one. And it makes it look a little bit more interesting, I would say, the bedroom. Also, throughout this apartment, I will use some of these curtains, and I had to scale them up so they really cover all the windows there. But I think it looks really nice and also stretches the room, I would say, and gives it like a much more cleaner look, and also gives like your Sims a little bit more privacy, even though like your Sims really don't care about privacy. When there's like a door, they consider it to be a private room, and then they don't get bothered, which is a funny thing. But so I wanted to go there with a little bit more realism, I would say. Also, in the kitchen, for example, which when I posted this, usually before my videos come up, I used to post some pictures of them on my Twitter. So if you have a Twitter account and are interested what I'm going to see next and have like a little sneak peek, and you want to have a little sneak peek of my builds, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Simproved there. Also, you can, like just ask some questions there as always. And yeah, when I posted this kitchen there on Twitter, and everybody was like, oh, the kitchen is so good. So most of the people really liked the kitchen. It was like the favorite room everybody had. So I'm very happy that you like it, guys, of course. I used some of these really, I guess it's called the industrial counters and something like this. So of course for a modern loft, I thought this is perfect. We have to use the industrial counters. And I wanted to have, since there's like such a big space in between the counters from one wall to the other, I wanted to have this really cool island, like a little counter island, and put some things in there. But first I had some problems with the island, since it looked a little bit odd when it was all just counters. So I used these things from the bathrooms and put them in, and I just thought it looks really, really cool like this. It gives like a much more detailed and interesting feel to the kitchen. And I was glad I came up with this idea, really, because otherwise I would have deleted this really cool counter, and I really wanted to use that. Also, I always try to put as many different counters from the same series, I would say, in, because then you get some other knickknacks that are on these textures of the counters. So if you use the rounder shape, there are like some bottles and condiments, I guess you call them, on the edge, and I really like that one. So you don't have to decorate it as heavily, since there's also stuff and objects already in the counter when you use that one, and I really like that one. It looks a little bit more detailed again, and yeah, I really thought it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty sad that we don't have so many objects that fit on these shelves there. I mean, we have, but not for a kitchen, so I use some of these little flower pots or plant pots there, and I thought maybe these are the herbs the Sims are using while they're cooking. And also some of these soap dispensers, maybe these are like sauces or creams they use for cooking as well. I thought this would fit like the theme here. And then at the end I thought we need something for the wall. And yeah, I found these cool chalkboards. I really love the chalkboards in the game. I always like to put them in the kitchen, since it's very practical to have chalkboards in the kitchen, so you can put like your shopping list on there and what you have to buy next, because it's out of store because you don't have it like in the fridge again. And also I thought maybe you can write some recipes there or some notes for the other Sims living there. I just thought it's pretty practical and I always like to do that. And at the end, this is like something that may look odd for somebody, but this is what like the inspired by apartment had. And this was like a really big long table. I really like that one. And I separated this with some cool lamps. I always like to do these cluttered lamps over one point, so it sections a little bit off that this is like the another space on this really big table. And also I used some of these red little bar stools there, and of course some red curtains so it matches. And you know, I always like to do some pops of color here. Then I cluttered the wall with some shelves and some pictures, of course. Some shelves I had to make bigger or resize them by the, I guess in the American keyboard it's the control and then these brackets. Is it called brackets? It's better if you look that up on somewhere on Google. You can find all the cheats and for build and buy mode and live mode. So sorry, because I've got a German keyboard. We have like a different keyboard, of course, since we have like some more letters in the alphabet and so on, and also the keys and the letters are on other places sometimes. So I really can't say. I just know that the American keyboard has like another cheat for that, but it's like the same key on the keyboard, but we have like another letter on it. So feel free to Google that because I really can't say for sure how your letter is called there. So it's always control and then something, but I really can't say. So then I found these steel beams that I got from with the Get to Work add-on, and I really like to use that. Since this is like a modern loft, I thought maybe these are like structures that, you know, lift up the ceiling and hold the ceiling in place, since this is like such a big space with almost no walls in it. And I thought it would be quite interesting to have these in the build. I just thought you could really integrate that. So I made this little room divider with them and put some shelves on there, and then of course a lot of knickknacks for the shelves, so it looks a little bit more used and lived in. And also I wanted it, you know, to have like a much more interesting living room, since there were only like these yellow couches. And then at the end I will put some boxes behind the main couch, the L-shaped couch. And I thought these one boxes, the brown ones, look a little bit like boxes with old, how are they called in English? With old, not CDs, the older ones, Schallplatten is it in German, with records on them. And since there's like the music box next to it, the stereo is next to it, I thought maybe they have like an old record player and this would fit. Maybe it's a DJ living there, who knows. I mean, with the new Get Together add-on we get like the new DJ skills and DJ bars or counters and so on. And I thought this is perfect, so maybe like for the Get Together this could be like a nice apartment for a DJ or designer or something like this. And I thought, yeah, why not put them there? It's really cool. So I think maybe the sim living there could be like in a creative career or something. And also, yeah, I really like the pops of colors and everything. And in the end I will put some debug objects throughout the build, so it looks a little bit more, even more lived in, I would say. So there will be like some cornflakes and some, you know, some bowls and some pens and stuff that, you know, just can be there, could fit there. But the Sims will eventually clean that up because it's considered dirty dishes or trash, I would say. So they will clean that up so it won't look as detailed then. So I always try to use stuff like this, not so much, so it doesn't lose like the detailed look at the end when you're playing. Also, I was really happy in the bathroom that we had so much space, and there's a little feature to this bathroom because the bathroom is divided by these glass windows, really big glass windows. And I thought it would be cool to position the bathtub on the other side of the bed. So if you're lying in the bed, you can watch your sexy girlfriend taking a bath. Isn't this like a nice idea? I thought it is. I just thought it was a really cool idea. At the end I will put like a screenshot from this view from the bed, so you can really see that if the sim is like just theoretically living there and lying on the bed, then they could look into the bathroom. I just thought it looks cool. And I thought it's like a nice little, you know, feature. I also put a more adult feature, I would say there. There will be a little office table in the corner of the bedroom, since I thought, they actually really use a computer. Everybody has a computer nowadays. So I put one there, and of course next to the computer is a little box of wipes. So yeah, the more mature viewers would get it and the others don't. It's okay. I just thought the wipes had to be there. It's much more interesting to have some wipes next to your PC. Yeah. I hope you like it. These are like some little details that I somehow care a little bit about it, and I think it looks more realistic like this. Yeah. So maybe like a more open-minded creative couple lives there. I don't know. I think it looks pretty nice, and I hope you like it too, guys. You can find it in the Sims 4 gallery under the name Modern Loft. Also, I used the hashtag one room apartment, and of course the hashtag Simproved, like always, so you can find it much more easily on the gallery. Also, if you are into building and maybe want to help me out, just try to build like a house for this. So it is uploaded as a room, so it is easier for you to incorporate it. And yeah, you can always feel free to, you know, use my builds in your game and everything. That's why they're there for. And also maybe you can really help me out and, you know, build like a house around it somehow. So maybe like an old factory building or something. I still haven't figured out how this will work, but be cool if you know, are interested into building. I will have a look at it in the gallery, and then maybe you inspire me, and I see things that I haven't come up with yet, and I was just too blind, and I really used some ideas there that I wanted to incorporate, but then in the end, like, the factory building looked so odd. So yeah, I hope you still like it as a room build. I'm pretty happy with it. It was really nice to just do interior design just for one, you know, just for once. And yeah, I hope you like it too. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!